Welcome to Oak Tree Stories, timeless tales rooted in India. Here you'll find gentle, thoughtful tales drawn from our rich storytelling traditions, from ancient fables and folklore to heartwarming slices of modern Indian life. Each story is carefully chosen and lovingly crafted to be age appropriate and calming, with just a touch of wonder. So come, get cozy, and let the story begin. Hi, I'm Shalini, your storyteller. Before we begin today's story, it's time for this week's special artist shout out. This week's shout out goes to Alaya. Alaya is 6 years old and lives in Mumbai. She has sent us a drawing inspired by our story, The Monkey and the Crocodile. The drawing shows the monkey holding a mango and the crocodile waiting for him to throw it. There is also a pink snake in the background. Thank you, Alaya, for this beautiful drawing. We loved all the vibrant colors you've used in your drawing. And if you'd like to see Alaya's drawing, it is proudly displayed on our social media pages. And if you'd like to send in an artwork too, then listen on until the end and we'll tell you exactly how to. Before we begin today's story, here's something special from Oak Tree Stories. Finding the perfect gift isn't always easy. But imagine giving a child something created just for them. A story where they become the main character. A story filled with familiar faces, favorite places, and adventures made especially for them. Our personalized stories make thoughtful gifts for birthdays, graduations, baby showers, christenings, Upanayanams, and many other special occasions. And unlike many gifts, a story can be enjoyed again and again for years to come. If you'd like to create a personalized story for someone special, visit www.oaktreebooks.in/Oak Tree Stories to learn more. And now for today's story. Today's story is a folk tale from South India. Have you ever looked at something so enormous that it seemed impossible to change? A mountain, a river, or even the sea? What could two tiny sparrows possibly do against something so vast? As it turns out, rather a lot. So find a comfortable place, take a deep breath, and let's begin. On the edge of a great blue sea lived two tiny sparrows. Every morning they flew together over the waves. Every evening they returned to the same little tree that leaned out towards the water. One spring they decided it was time to build a nest. The mother sparrow searched for soft grass. The father sparrow found tiny twigs. Together they worked until they built the coziest little nest you could ever imagine. Soon 4 beautiful eggs lay inside. Every day they took turns keeping the eggs warm. Every evening they sang softly to the chicks that would soon hatch. Life was peaceful. Until one afternoon. Dark clouds gathered above the sea. The wind began to howl. The waves grew taller and taller. The sparrows flew home as quickly as they could. But they were too late. A great wave crashed against the shore. It splashed over the roots of the tree. And when the water finally slipped back into the sea, the nest was empty. The eggs were gone. The mother sparrow searched every branch. The father sparrow searched every leaf. But the eggs had vanished. The sea had carried them away. The little sparrows flew low over the waves. "Please," they called, "give us back our eggs." But their voices were so small that they disappeared beneath the endless roar of the sea. Again they called. Again the waves rolled in. The sea never heard them. The two sparrows looked at one another. Then the father sparrow said solemnly, "If the sea will not return them, we shall empty the sea." The mother sparrow looked at the endless water stretching all the way to the horizon. Then she nodded, "Very well." The next morning, the two sparrows began. The father sparrow dipped his tiny beak into the sea. He carried away a single beakful and dropped it far inland. The mother sparrow did the same. One beakful, then another, then another. A crow flew past. "What are you doing?" "We're emptying the sea," said the father sparrow. The crow laughed. "You'll never succeed." "Perhaps not," said the mother sparrow, "but the sea carried away our eggs. If we do nothing, we'll never see them again." The crow looked out at the endless sea, then at the two tiny sparrows. "It's impossible," he said. "We know," said the father sparrow, "but they are our babies." The crow had no answer. He flew away. Yet all day he couldn't stop thinking about the little sparrows, about the empty nest, about the 4 tiny eggs somewhere beneath the waves. The next morning he returned. Without saying a word, he dipped his beak into the sea, one beakful, then flew inland. A myna saw him. "What are you doing?" "Helping," said the crow. The myna joined them. Then came a bulbul, a kingfisher, a parrot. Soon the shoreline was alive with birds, each one carrying away just a single beakful. The sea hardly seemed to notice, but still they continued, day after day, one beakful at a time. Then one morning, the chatter of the birds suddenly fell silent. The wind changed. A great shadow swept slowly across the beach. Even the waves seemed to pause. High above them, with wings so wide they seemed to stretch across the sky, flew Garuda, the greatest of all birds. He circled once above the gathering, then descended to the shore. His great wings stirred the air as he landed. For a long moment, he said nothing. He simply watched. The tiny sparrows, the crow, the myna, the kingfisher, each carrying away one tiny beakful, again and again and again. At last, Garuda spoke. "In all my journeys across the world," he said, "I have seen birds with great strength, birds with great speed, birds with magnificent wings. But today, I have seen something far greater." He looked at the little sparrows. "You have reminded us that courage is not measured by size." Garuda then spread his great wings, and his voice rolled across the water like distant thunder. "Oh, sea!" he called. "This little pair has been calling to you for days. They have carried away one beakful after another. They have inspired every bird upon this shore. But their voices are too small to rise above your waves. So today, I ask you to listen." For a long moment, nothing happened. Then the wind began to soften. The crashing waves grew gentler. The restless sea slowly became still. It was almost as though the ocean itself had fallen silent, so that it could finally hear. And for the very first time, the sea truly listened. It heard the tiny sparrows. It heard the crow, the myna, the kingfisher, the hundreds of little beaks carrying away one tiny drop at a time. It saw what it had never noticed before. Not two tiny birds, but a shoreline filled with hope. Then, from somewhere deep beneath the water, a gentle swell began to rise. One small wave rolled towards the shore, then another and another, until at last a single wave reached the beach. Floating upon it were 4 tiny eggs, safe, unbroken. The mother sparrow hurried forward. The father sparrow could hardly believe his eyes. Together they carried the eggs back to their nest. A few days later, 4 fluffy chicks hatched. The little tree was once again filled with cheerful chirping, and every bird who had carried even a single beakful of water smiled whenever they heard those tiny voices. Because sometimes the smallest act of courage can inspire the whole world. And that was the little sparrows and the great sea. From 2 tiny sparrows to hundreds of birds to the great Garuda himself. It all began with one little family that refused to give up on one another. If you enjoyed today's story, we would love to see what it inspires you to create. You can send us your drawings, paintings, crafts, costumes, Lego creations, writing, poetry, music, or any other artwork inspired by one of our stories through the art submission form on our website at www.oaktreebooks.in/oaktreestories. We will give you a special shout out in a future episode and share your artwork on our social media pages. And if you would like to support Oak Tree Stories, grown-ups can also make a donation through our website. Every contribution helps us continue creating gentle stories inspired by the rich storytelling traditions of India. And don't forget, you can ask a grown-up to follow Oak Tree Stories on social media so you never miss a new story. You can find us both on Instagram and Facebook at Oak Tree Stories. This episode of Oak Tree Stories was brought to you by Shalini, Shannon, and Sushma. Until next time, keep listening, keep wondering, and remember, even the smallest wings can carry hope.